right, so good day, everyone. This is a continuation of our discussion about last time class about anthropology and sociology. Now we have talked about the different cultural capital, um, define what is anthropology and what is sociology, ano yung cultural universal, ano naman yung cultural particular, no? Um, Inulit-ulit ko ito class na even though we are in the same society, we are in the same community, or we are in the same country class, but not exactly or not everyone follows the same lifestyle or beliefs, 'di ba? Na the same, no, pina-follow din natin. So, let us now talk about mainstream culture. So, ano naman yung mainstream culture? So, not all people could be influenced by the mainstream culture. When we say mainstream, and mostly pina-follow ng most of the people inside a society. So, mainstream culture, which influences the society in general. So, some people will be under the influence of mainstream culture, but and some will be under a subculture that resides inside the mainstream culture. So, let us talk about mainstream culture and subculture or other types of culture outside the mainstream culture. So again, although society has a mainstream culture, some individuals, but even inside our classroom, we have also our individual and unique traditions. We have our unique interest and of course identities as individual. So for example, again, inside the classroom or inside the school, we have, di ba, we have one general culture. O, yung mga policies natin, ano yung sinusunod natin. We have, for example, morning praise, which is sa lahat. That is our mainstream culture. But also, we also have specific cultures, no, inside the community. So let us try now to learn what is mainstream culture and ano naman yung subculture inside the mainstream culture. So what exactly is a mainstream culture, class? So mainstream culture, it is the dominant, again, dominant set of cultural practices, norms, and values that are widely accepted. Again, dominant. Ibig sabihin, it dominates the this culture, dominating the entire society. So, sinusunod ito ng lahat. Just like mga cultural practices, norms, and values that of course widely accepted inside the society or accepted in society. For example, no, these are the customs that we or the most people follow. For example, inside society, especially Filipino culture, Filipino society and customs, like we respect our elders through pagmamano. No, we also celebrate national holidays. We also di ba napakarami nating costumes, traditions, and practices that is part of our mainstream culture. Now, these mainstream culture class, since these are accepted or widely accepted inside the society, and these are also about practices, the norms that everybody should follow inside the society. So, it also creates or it helps order and unity within the society. But of course, class, not all or not everyone experiences culture in exactly the same way. Now, class, this leads to the concept of what we call subculture. Yung sinasabi ko kanina, subculture inside the mainstream cultures. Now, let us talk about subculture. It has its own cultural anchors such as values, norms, traditions, and symbols. Hence, this is brought about by different cultural orientations inside the mainstream culture, such as religion and communal influence. So, subculture class, it is a group. It is part, no, nasa loob pa rin siya ng mainstream culture. Okay? Within, a subculture is a group within society that still shares the general culture, or they still follow the mainstream culture, the general culture, but also class. They have their own unique values. Nandun silang norms, and traditions, and symbols, or simply class, meron silang ibang interest. Okay, they have different interests. For example, itong mga hipsters, itong mga cosplayers, hip-hop, punks, emos, and aesthetics. No? For example, yung mga ganun nag-follow K-pop, mga K-drama, ay hilig mag-skateboard dito sa um, mahilig mag-skateboard, mahilig sa anime. No, that is not generally our mainstream culture as Filipinos. Diba? Mag-iba man tayo. But, because, no, hindi nila gusto or ina-abolish na nila yung mainstream culture. They just have their own unique styles. That is why they created a subculture inside the mainstream culture. So again, class, these groups do not reject society. They do not reject the mainstream culture. But instead, they just simply express their own identities, no, while still being part of the larger community or the mainstream culture. Okay? Again, ang subculture, they existed or it existed because um, they have their, again, other interests, they have their other styles, unique styles. That is why, that is, of course, different from the mainstream culture, but again, they do not reject it. Okay, meron na silang ibang style na gustong gawin. But, hindi naman nila ina-abolish yung idea ng mainstream culture. Okay. But class, we have also the so-called counterculture. Since there are subcultures inside the mainstream culture, okay? Now, pag lumala ito class, this may develop into a kind of resentment towards the mainstream culture. This resentment may become contradictions. So, it is a kind of subculture that may go against the mainstream culture. So, class, unlike a subculture, a counterculture class actively challenges or they opposes, no? Yung parang nasobrahan na yung nasobrahan na yung gusto mong mangyari. Gusto mo na yung mangyari, kung ano talaga yung gusto mo, yung interest mo, yung practice na gusto mo, ayaw mo na doon sa mainstream culture. That is why you challenge or you oppose the dominant beliefs o yung mainstream culture and practices of society. For example, no, mga hippie protesters in the 1960s. We have also the civil rights activists peer movement, feminist groups, LGBTQIA plus groups, and environmental groups, for example, um, or some protest groups class. But not exactly negative na yung connotation natin when it comes to counterculture. Okay? Hindi ito agad negative class. Okay? Again, ulitin ko, the mainstream culture is the dominant beliefs. Okay? Dominant beliefs of the practices, no, or norms or traditions, cultural practices inside the society, which is widely accepted inside the society. But this people who contradicts or opposes the mainstream culture, it is because baka meron sila ding nakita in the mainstream culture, or meron silang ayaw doon sa mainstream culture that they want to change it, or they challenge it, no? Their goal class is to promote change by questioning yung mga existing norms. Like for example, we need to adapt to change, di ba? Our society, our world is changing. Kailangan nating mag-adapt, no? Sa change na nangyayari. Okay? So, of course, class, if we want change, so we need, of course, na mayroong gawin para magkaroon ng change. For example, in our government system, if gusto natin ng change, huwag tayo maging slacktivist. Slacktivism, di ba? During our previous discussion. So, they protest against it. And remember, class, that not every protest is negative. No? Itong, there are protests that helps the society. Mas naging better pa yung society after ng mga protest. Kasi minsan naman talaga, hindi naman nakikinig yung gobyerno, di ba? Sa mga tao. So, ano gagawin? They have the freedom to protest. So, many social changes, class, that we enjoy today, it happened, class, because there are groups that courageously challenge the unfair practices, those unfair practices. Okay, again, when we say counterculture, kaibahan nito sa subculture is they go against, or they resent the mainstream culture. Okay, class. Now, um, tapos na tayo pag-usapan yung about the mainstream culture, subculture, and counterculture. Now, class, think of it, class. Have you ever tried, or have you ever experienced, or have you ever traveled to a new place where everything seemed unfamiliar to you? For example, you came from a public school and then nagbalhin ka sa private school. Ano maing anak, mga unfamiliar sa inyo. Gikan ka sa bukid na lugar, mga rural area, and then they transfer ka sa city, no? So, think of it, class, no, when you're still you are listening to this discussion. So, maybe pag transfer nimo or pagbalhin nimo, magkaiba yung language. If you're from, example, you're from Mindanao, and then moadto ka Luzon, o Manila. So, baka magkaiba yung food, yung language, or pag nagbalhin ka school, di ba? Magkaiba na yung classroom rules or the school policies compared to public and yung private schools. So, that feeling, class, is called culture shock. Okay? Or cultural shock. So it is the process of adapting to a new culture when people go to another social setting and experience another culture which is different from his own culture, shock happens. Okay, example, when a student prefers a face-to-face mode of teaching and learning process, once he transfers to an online mode of learning, he experiences culture shock. Sorry. Okay. 'Di ba? During the pandemic, instead of going face-to-face class or mode of teaching, naging blended yung learning ng mga bata at saka ng mga teachers. Okay? So, with that, you adjust. No? Adapt na pud ka. So, culture shock happens when, again, a person enters a new environment and finds it difficult to adjust because the culture is different from what they are used to. Ano yung nakasanayan mo ay magkaiba no sa kung unsa ang imong new na environment. Again, example, moving to another country, studying in a new school, or living with people who have different costumes. So, of course, at first class, ano may ma-feel ninyo, di ba? Confused, uncomfortable mo with your environment, sa atmosphere, uncomfortable mo since hindi kayo sanay. So, that is culture, hindi natakanto. Culture shock, cultural shock. Yung mga foreigner, pag mo ato sila diri, di ba? Ang mga Pinoy, kusog kay sila mga rice. Or kita, pag maato ta dito sa Amerika, almost ilang mga restaurants, walay rice. Dili sila hilig og rice. Dili ang pan, or mga burger, is not a meal. Hindi pa na siya meal for us. Snacks lang na. So, foreigners, you feel culture shock. Pag abot diri ay, ang mga burger, ang mga yun ana kay snacks lang pala diri well dito sa ilaha it is already a meal. So diri snacks dito sa ilaha meal. Okay, sa language, ma-shock, pwede po magkaroon ng culture shock. And again, especially if naa ka sa private, gikan ka sa public school, di ba? What are the things na nakapa-culture shock sa imuha? Example, ganang morning praise, no? Kaya mga bawal suoton, mga bawal magbaga og makeup. Nagdagan kayo og things that can be considered a culture shock if you are new to the environment. However, of course, 'di ba, as you learn and adapt, you gradually become more comfortable in the new environment. Now, before class, pinag-usapan natin yung you learn your own culture. Diba? Kasi tawag atong learning your own culture in culturation. Now, class, when you learn other culture naman, that is called acculturation. Okay? So, this is another idea for you class. No? Balikan natin yung enculturation, that is learning your own culture. Okay? While acculturation is learning other culture, but still upholding, but still hindi mo kinakalimutan pa rin yung new culture mo, ay yung old mo culture. No, meron ding isa class. It is called assimilation. Assimilation naman is you learn other culture and you totally forget your own culture. Ano yung bagong culture mo, yun na rin yung pina-follow mo. At kinalimutan mo na yung own culture mo. Now, class, anong mangyayari when we judge another culture. So, anong tawag sa concept where we judge other culture, no, as inferior, no, inferior ng culture natin, for example. So that is called ethnocentrism. It is measuring or judging one's own culture against another culture and can lead to judging someone else's culture negatively. So, ethnocentrism is also the belief that one's own cultural rules are the best and often better than another culture's rules. According to Ferrante, ethnocentrism is a point of view in which people use their home culture as a standard for judging the worth of another culture. So it is class the tendency to judge another culture or other cultures based on our own standards. Yung standards natin based on our own culture. And now we believe that our culture is superior than other culture. For example, in terms sa pagluto ng mga adobo. Okay, example, culture from Mindanao in cooking adobo and from Luzon. So baka in Luzon, gusto nila na sabaw-sabaw. Na sabaw-sabaw. But in Mindanao, gusto nila na ang adobo is that uga, pinauga. E mayon jud ka nga, no, mas lami jud ang uga nga adobo kaysa sa naay sabaw-sabaw. So you judge now the culture of the people from Luzon based on your own standard of what should adobo or unsa jud dapat ang pagkaluto sa adobo. Okay? So, mayroon ka nga, our traditions are better than theirs. That is ethnocentrism. You judge another culture and you believe that your own culture is superior than other culture. Okay, next we have xenocentrism. One has a preference for a foreign culture's goods, ideas, styles, and traditions over their own culture. Now, I think class that pwede pa tayo, okay? Medyo yung mga Pilipino hindi ethnocentric. Na hindi ma-ethnocentric yung mga Filipino. But, baka maging xenocentric yung mga most or some of the Filipinos. So, madami akong kilala kas, no? There are so xenocentric. They do not prefer the the Filipino culture, especially when it comes to styles, yung mga movies, o unsa mas piliun pa ang K-pop kaysa sa P-pop. K-drama over Filipino drama. Yung mga style, the outfits, the fashion. Mas sinusunod yung ibang fashion, yung ibang style from other countries, from other culture. So that is called xenocentrism. You believe that your own culture is inferior or other culture is superior than our own culture. Okay? So, mas prefer natin yung, for example, mas prefer natin yung ibang culture or yung mga foreign cultures, yung mga products na ginagamit, mga skincare, traditions, or others are better than one's own culture. No, di ba? Kung sige pangita sa mall, imported. Mga Pilipino, hilig kayo mangita o imported goods. Mga products. Gusto talaga imported. Higher quality kasi Filipinos believe that mga imported na products ay mas mataas yung quality. Higher quality than locally made products. Okay? So, but class, ha, do not be so xenocentric at wag ka ding maging ethnocentric. So while it is good class to appreciate other cultures, but we should never think that our own culture is inferior because that is our identity. That is part of our identity. And hindi naman natin gusto na yung identity natin as Filipino, no, our identity as Filipino, mawala. Okay? So as Filipinos class, we should value our own traditions while also remaining open to learning from other cultures. Okay, so again, sabi ko kanina, let us not be ethnocentric. Let us not be xenocentric. So if ethnocentrism judges another culture and xenocentrism favors foreign cultures, so what mindset class should we practice? Well, the answer of that class is cultural relativism. It is not judging a culture to our own standards of what is right or wrong, strange or normal. Instead, we should try to understand cultural practices of other groups in our own cultural context. This refers to the point of view that sees all cultures to be equal with, sorry, with each other. Okay, for example, yung mga Americans, they do beso-beso and for us, mano. 'Di ba? When we when we meet our old friends, nagabeso ta, sa tong family, yung American culture or other culture, nagabeso sila. And then, pag ethnocentric ka, humingon ka nga, lain man inyong hang pamaagi sa pag-greet of other people. Dili man akuan, medyo liberated ra kaayo. So instead, class, if we follow cultural relativism, we try to understand. Okay, we try to understand other cultures' practices. Okay, it means again understanding and respecting a culture based on its own beliefs, values, and traditions, rather than judging its or rather than judging using it using our own standards. Okay? Now, instead of saying one practice is better than another or isa man ang better, cultural relativism teaches us to understand why those practices exist. Okay? Now, if we understand na bakit nag-exist itong mga practices na to from the other culture, so if we try to understand class, why, no, it of course promote respect. We respect the culture, we respect each other's culture, we accept another's culture, and we appreciate cultural differences. No? Because again and again, we are inside the society, we have a variety of culture, we have different cultures, we have different interests, we have different identities, we have different cultural practices and costumes. But of course, we should always practice cultural relativism. Okay? For example, here in the classroom, you know that your classmate, kung meron siyang ibang preference, or iba yung culture niya sa'yo, so, we should practice this attitude class na we should respect each other's culture, no? Inside or outside the classroom. Okay? So again, cultural relativism, we understand each other's cultural practices. No? Instead of saying na our culture is better, or instead of saying that I don't like my culture because I like your culture better, let us be Let us not judge each other's culture, but try to understand each other's culture. Okay, and that's the end of our discussion. Okay, now for your assessment class, I want you to answer the following question. Okay, we have three questions. Okay, paki-post nyo na lang, and this one. Okay, that would be your assignment to be submitted before the exam, before the second summative examination. Okay, that would be all for this discussion or for this topic. Thank you for listening.